Good morning, good morning, good morning, Oklahoma City. What a privilege, what an honor it is to be here this morning in the beautiful blue room, be a part of your life. KTLV, you know it's the station. You know what I'm going to ask you to do? Call it, no, don't call that friend. Go over there, knock on that friend's door and say, neighbor, you better listen to the Clara Luper Radio Show this Saturday morning because some great things are going to be happening. We're looking for some calls from across the country. We're looking for some calls from you. But then what I want you to do is sit back, don't relax. If you like Sterling Mitchell, get your cup of coffee. Go ahead and get that sip. Go from there. But if you're like the rest of us, you've already had breakfast and you're ready now to make the day. We're going to help make your day a much better day. The reason we're going to do that is because of the love that we have for you. Thank you, Reverend Drinkwater. It's so touching to hear somebody, touch somebody that you love and to pray for someone you love. And I ask all of you out there to pray for those that you love. There are many a family in our community that's going through some changes during this past week and probably this coming week. What we can do for them is pray for them and be prepared to be a part of their lives and help to encourage them, help to give them strength. But then I want you to see your pencil, your paper, and to remember to write down now. Give your head start. 6, 7, 2, 12. The next voice you hear will be a voice that you haven't heard in years, especially on the radio. You may have heard it somewhere else. So if you can call me out here at the station and let me know whose voice this is before I introduce it to you, then we got something special for you. So good morning, my special guest. How you doing?
Just fine, buddy. How you doing, big brother?
Fantastic. Big brother.
Yeah, you've always been big brother.
Okay. Well, welcome to this Clara Luper Radio Show. We've been trying to get you out here to be a part of it over the years. You have been a part of it, even though you haven't been out, but you are out here this morning. So what's good going on in your life? Keep talking so people can catch your voice. Okay.
Catch my voice. Huh?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Hey, man. First of all, I'm gonna say, pray for Mom.
Okay.
Mama Lupe. I always call her Mama Lupe. Mama Clara.
We go back.
We go way back.
672-1220. They talk about old school, and as we were coming out here, I got to thinking.
Well,
it's not old school; it's the school.
The school, yeah.
That was the days in school where things happened, but things didn't happen with as much drama as they do now.
The phone started lighting up, man.
Don't worry about the phone. I just want you to keep talking.
Keep talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, we miss you, but we know that you still are still part of the community, and we want to know, what all you've been doing. Good morning, Carla. Welcome to the Clara Luper Show.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Did Michael Eugene?
First call.
First call. Lasted 1 minute, man. That's not fair. I thought that it'd be a little confusing. But you are absolutely right. We are honored this morning to have with us as our special guest, Michael Eugene Fulton himself. Michael, welcome to the show. What's the caller's name? What's your name?
My name is Manuel Gates.
Manuel Gates? Okay. Manuel, stay on the line. Lex, get his name and phone number.
How Manuel Gates know me?
I don't know, Michael.
I'm a Trojan.
You're a Trojan.
Okay.
A Douglas High School Trojan. That's
right.
what I was getting ready to ask him about, because he has been extremely active down there in Douglas. Has he been doing a good job?
Yes, he has.
He has? Oh, my. You ought to see his little ego going up.
Oh, man.
And we passed by the new stadium that's being built. I can hardly wait to get into that stadium and see those children perform, and then to have my voice ring out there and call in the games. That's a difficult thing to do, Michael. Let's start back over.
We won't keep Gates on the phone, okay?
No, we're going to let Gates go.
No, we're going to let him go.
No, we're going to let Gates go because we might got to make room for other callers. More callers coming in. And the reason being is that once you were on the radio early in your career, early in your life, and tell us a little bit about how you got started in radio.
Well, I really got started with a lot of people, Abram Ross, the boss.
Abram Ross, the
boss. He said, I don't, I don't report the news. I don't
make the news.
Make the news. I post it. And then, Ben Tipton, that's my idol. That's my heart. Ben, he opened the door. And then, the Ron Williams. I went through Ron Williams. He's now with Rick and Ron.
Sports show.
Right. And they taught me a lot of things. And that, I went into it, and I really didn't know. Radio was really my idol. I wanted to play professional basketball, which I did, And
you played professional
basketball?
Yeah.
I bring
I
basketball
remember that
in.
part of your life.
Oh, you don't remember that part? Yeah.
Anyway, I can't remember you dribbling.
Oh,
I know you call a good game. Yeah. But I didn't know that you could actually play the
I
game.
played,
Okay.
I played, the Harlem Globetrotters, and, I did some things,
Okay.
And then Ben really brought me into it, Ben Tipton. I had to give, my hats off to him, the late Ben Tipton. That's my heart.
Right.
That was my idol.
Right. He touched a million lives.
Right.
But there are a lot of guys that work with you
Right.
that are still active in radio now and
That-
TV
That
and
Ben,
in communications of different ways, including yours truly, because we look back at Aaron Ross, we look at Ben
Tipton,
we look at the difficulties that it was just for
Right.
a black person to even have some airtime. And
Right.
how those two young men, Cecil Williams, the steps that they made.
That's my cousin, Cecil L.
Cecil, your cousin?
Yeah.
Well, I'm learning more here on the Clara Luper Radio Show. Keep your pencils working, because you're learning just like I'm learning. Michael Eugene Wilson played professional basketball.
Oh,
Cecil Williams is his cousin. But most importantly of all, he's a part of our lives this morning. So
Right.
stay tuned. Keep going on. Now you're trying to run the show. I see the line.
I'm not running the show.
He can't help it.
But he asked me to come on the air.
Mike, though, when you be MCing, how did you get started? Not MCing, announcing the football games and the basketball games for Douglas Trojans.
Okay, well,
And Northeast High School.
right.
How do you get into
I
that?
I graduated from Northeast. A lot of people think I graduated from Douglas. I graduated from Northeast, but I started in, my announcing at Douglas, Douglas High School.
Who opened that door for you? Who gave you that opportunity?
It was Sherman Harris.
Sherman Harris. Not a
Well,
great coach
the
and
late,
yeah,
when,
right.
when he passed,
Michael,
and I took over.
Snooky's dad.
Yeah, right.
And
yeah,
Sally's dad.
Right.
Right.
Okay. But I learned a lot from Mr. Harris. When I was a kid, I used to see him announce games and stuff. And I said, that's what I want to do. I want to announce games.
And he gave you an opportunity.
And then he showed me the ropes, and and then with football, Ben was announcing. He was the voice of the Trojans, and he opened the door when he retired from it, and I started announcing the games that with Diggs, Coach Diggs, and
Miller.
Coach Higgins.
Higgins.
Well, I was with Miller now.
going back.
Coach
We're going
Higgins,
way
Dr.
back.
Higgins, and stuff. I was announcing the games. He became the voice of the Trojans for years.
Okay.
They
Well, Mike-
created the Soul Bowl.
The Soul Bowl.
Yeah, I created the Soul Bowl. Started the Soul Bowl in 1976.
Okay, now don't be like what's that vice president that said he created the internet?
Oh no.
Okay.
He created it.
You created the Soul Bowl, which is now a big time affair.
And
And that's the Soul Bowl is for Douglas High School playing
in Millwood.
Millwood High School.
Right.
Okay. Well, what about Northeast? What is Northeast doing?
Northeast, we coming around. We got a new head football coach there. Kenneth Blair, and I think he's going to be positive because he's really doing things with the kids. know,
No,
through the Bible, you know.
I don't know nothing. I'm learning.
You don't know
from you.
nothing, okay.
I'm learning from you.
But Northeast is coming around, you know. It's academic school, you know, and the kids are doing well, you know, real well.
I would ask you about steroids if we get back
No,
to that
no,
later.
we ain't get.
Good morning, caller. Welcome to this, the Clara Luper Show, where we're live and in beautiful living color. How are you doing this beautiful Saturday
I tell
morning?
you what, Calvin, if I was doing any better, I'll be you.
Oh, man.
I just called when I heard you had King Michael Eugene on. I tell you what, King Michael Eugene, how you doing, man? He don't know who this is, right?
Fine, man.
Should I tell him? I bet our callers out there, I bet our listeners know who this is because we've enjoyed you earlier this morning.
Well,
that was a good show, man.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
King Michael Eugene, you remember Mitchell Ray on the Mighty King?
Oh, my God.
I tell you, we had a time kicking it to KFJL.
Hey, that's my boy.
That's your boy.
That's my boy.
That's not old school.
That's not, that's old school.
That's
but
the
super
school.
That's the school.
That was it. I know when I told him Mitchell Ray, he was, oh, yeah.
Mitchell Ray on the Mighty K.
Yeah, we had a time. But I heard you on with Calvin. I just called to say hello, man. And I just thank you for the many years when I went to work with you at KFJL. How you showed me how the ropes and what to do. And God's been good to me. But I just want to say congratulations and hello to you.
Man, hey, I love you, man. Hey.
All right, there.
You always been my boy.
Boy, he's too old.
He's my boy.
He's too old to be a boy now.
Well, I'm getting up there, but hey, Mike, you remember?
And I love his thing. Mitchell
Ron
Ray
Williams,
on the Mighty K.
Yeah, Ron Williams gave me my start.
Yeah.
The Mac Man.
Yeah.
Harvey Johnson, the Love Man.
Love Man, Terry Mack.
Terry Mack. But anyway, I know we could reminisce all day long on the Clara Luper Show. But anyway, we're going to let you know. But
you can't either. It's just a privilege to have both of you on the line at the same time. And know that
Mitchell, I want to say to you, hey, we love Mama Clara.
Oh, yes.
Well, she's taught us all.
That's my sweetheart.
Sterling still remembers the Board of Education, but most importantly than that, we're getting ready for a big reunion out of Dungey, aren't we?
That's right. That's going to be taking place on August the 2nd, Calvin, starting over at Israel Chapel on August 2nd, that Thursday night. That's the old school reunion, the musical and the preaching, sermonettes, Calvin.
I don't know what
Bishop.
I heard you say that earlier, but I can't imagine a sermonette. Is that a little short sermon, or is that a real long sermon?
That's supposed to be a little short one.
Okay.
Bishop Mosley is going to preach, and Reverend Rodney Payne is going to be preaching, and then I'm going to be singing, Calvin, with that
You going to sing?
Choir. Oh,
boy.
Man.
With the choir, they let you in the choir.
Hey,
they didn't invite
like
me.
You. When I put my toupee on, hey, I could walk right by them and they'd never notice.
Well, make sure you put glue underneath that toupee. Don't be just slapping it on there because we all need a toupee every now and then in our life.
Then Calvin, on Friday, after Thursday night, on Friday, we're going to have our banquet. Then on Saturday, the Dungey class of 72 will be on that Amtrak flyer going towards Fort Worth, Texas.
Going toward.
Yeah, we'll
You don't think we'll make it?
Oh, yeah, we'll make it.
Going
as long as we don't take no chitlins on there, they won't throw us off.
No chitlins.
No chitlins.
Right.
I got to have some chitlins, man.
On Saturday, I tell you, Friday will be the banquet. Saturday we'll be going to Texas. On Sunday, all of the Dungey will be over at Amos Memorial CME Church, where yours truly is the pastor, that we'll just be lifting up the name of Jesus. The Tigers is going to be taking over. Michael Eugene, he belonged to he was a Trojan.
No, I'm
Viking. See, that just shows the
you're
diversity.
A Falcon.
The Viking.
A Viking?
Yeah, Northeast
we
Viking.
won't hold. I tell you, I still love you anyway.
Hey. I'm a Viking, but I'm a Trojan in heart. I'm a Viking in heart, too.
You got some little tiger in you, too, don't you?
No,
you don't know tiger?
I got a little falcon.
Boy, falcon. He don't know his seat getting hot.
But anyway, Calvin, I'm gonna let you go.
Okay.
Hey, King Mike and Eugene, like I said, it's a pleasure hearing your voice, man. And hadn't talked with you in a long time, and I just had to jump in and just say hello to you and thanks for all the friendship, the many years that we worked together in radio.
I appreciate it.
Hey,
I love you, man.
All right, love you.
But diversity.
Have a blessed one, Calvin.
I'm gonna do my very best, Sterling.
All right.
Reverend Mitchell. Dungy Tiger Mitchell.
All right.
Marilyn's husband. Grandkids get to go to Florida.
Oh man.
So no, it's a pleasure to be to talk with you.
It's a pleasure to hear from some of my allies.
Stay tuned,
my friends.
Stay tuned. You ain't heard. Look, I broke that verb, Mama. Don't get me. You haven't heard anything yet. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the Clara Luper Radio Show, where we're live in beautiful living color. We just talked with, what was Sterling Mitchell's name? Well, we just talked to the Gospel Showcase, to the Gospel Music Studio, but on the line we have a fantastic caller, I'm sure. Good morning, caller. How are you doing? Hello? Yes.
This is Shannon.
Shannon.
Yes, Shannon Jones.
Uh-oh.
But Michael Eugene,
Hey.
Eugene is the reason I'm calling.
Uh-oh.
And I'm just like you. I want to know when he played professional basketball. He is a globetrotter. I know that.
Okay. Well, we'll get to that a little later on in the show, but I'm certain that he wouldn't have said it if he hadn't have done it.
Well,
one thing about King Michael Eugene, he
he's
can
going to do anything.
But he's been kidnapped this morning, as
oh,
his
boy.
mother said, and she said, make sure you have him back home by 10:10.
You great, isn't he?
Yeah. Uncle Shannon.
What?
You don't remember I played ball?
I guess Shannon Jones will be saying that he played basketball down at OCC.
He played at Langston.
No, he didn't play at Langston. But thank you, Shannon, for being a part of this radio show.
All right,
we enjoy it. Great things happen when you listen to the Clara Luper Show because we know great people. Great people's lives have intersected. Diversity has been the name of the show. Diversity has been the name of the projects that we've been on. And we want you to be a part of it. Keep that pencil moving. Tell that neighbor they better listen. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the Clara Luper Show. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Hey, how are you doing?
Okay, how you doing, Calvin?
Fantastic.
Great.
Who am I talking with?
You're speaking with Gloria Doolin Wilson.
Oh, outstanding. I've been waiting on that call. You 5 minutes late. But Gloria Doolin Wilson. Now, Gloria Doolin, I know. Gloria Doolin Wilson, I'm certain I know. But Gloria, I had an opportunity. You took time out of your busy schedule. Where are you anyway?
I'm in New York. I'm in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, thank you for calling. Hey, what I wanted to know, as we talked before, I wanted to know what you're doing now, what you've done since the sit-in movement. You were one of the sit-inners since your graduation from Douglas High School.
Absolutely.
Since your matriculation. Where was that, at Hampton you went to college?
Well, I started out at Hampton, but I graduated from Lincoln University in Pennsylvania.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, tell us a little bit about what's going on today in your life.
Well, I'm the executive director of a program here in Brooklyn called the Brooklyn Neighborhood Improvement Association.
Uh-huh.
And it's a very ambitious program that's been around for almost 30 years. I've only been there for 8 months now. And as executive director, I'm responsible for overseeing the renovation of properties to make quality homes for low and moderate income families in the Brooklyn area.
Uh-huh.
In addition to working with some of the mothers who've had the unfortunate incident of being in abusive situations. So we help them get back on their feet and then help them get permanent homes as well. That's everything from education to certifications in specific career fields and things like that.
What led you into that type of work, Gloria Doolin Wilson? I still can remember you as a little old young girl there trying to, well, not trying, but being a part of the sit-in movement,
Very
trying to
much
make
so.
it to school every day.
Very
But
much
then it was
so.
so impressive when you came by and you spent some time talking with Mom.
You know how long I've been trying to catch up with your mom?
No, I don't.
I've been calling Clara since the last time I was in Oklahoma, and I was in Oklahoma in 2005. And in 2005, I was there because we were celebrating a big milestone birthday, and I'm not going to tell you what that is because you and I both know.
Well, I know it's older than 49.
But the thing about it is that it's not
But it's
older
a
than
blessing.
49. It's better than 49.
All right, that's what to
Good
say.
deal. But at any rate, because I must say some of us look better than most people half our age. I'm definitely go on record as saying that.
Well, according to my mirror, I'm about the most handsome person.
Oh
I've
my
seen.
God.
I'm not gonna get into that
According to
one.
my mirror now, I don't know.
No, I mean, but the thing about it is what you keep believing.
Right.
And as long as you're believing good, it's not going to hurt.
So, Gloria, what kind of advice do you have for those of us that are still here in Oklahoma City and would like to do some kind of projects like that to help? I don't know I know that the NACP Youth Council, we still meet every Monday night.
Oh, wow.
And we still,
I was a youth council member from what, age 10?
from age, at least,
At age 10.
up until, you're still a member of the NACP, aren't you?
Yeah, but
Okay.
not as active. I'll be very honest with you. I've been through a few other organizations since the middle ACP.
Okay, well, let me take a slight commercial break here.
Sure.
Because of the fact that I have a good friend here in the studio with me that you probably remember from listening to him on the air when Ben Tipton and all the other disc jockeys was there. That's King Michael Eugene.
Oh, wow.
But then this part of the program is being brought to you by Allstate Insurance, where Marilyn Hildreth is the agent there. 730 West Britton Road, 843-0811. Any of your insurance needs, home insurance, life insurance, motorcycle insurance, helicopter insurance, and in any of your insurance needs.
Drive-by insurance.
Drive-by. Now, I don't know if she'll do drive-by, but she does do home insurance, so that may help her. Well, at drive-by insurance, I think it's going to take programs like what Gloria has.
Yeah, right.
And
right.
programs like
right.
you've
We
been
need-
involved in,
yeah.
the NACP,
Yeah.
to make that's the drive-by insurance. But that was a commercial, and Marilyn, I know you'll send the check eventually, but don't worry about it. 730 West Britton Road. Also there.
How you doing, lady?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Just jumping in. 730 West Britton Road. Also, Uniquely You Boutique is located in that building. Now you can start over, Michael.
I just want to speak to her.
Okay.
How she doing?
I'm fine. I was just there for a reunion last weekend.
The Douglas reunion?
Yeah.
My sister, you graduated with my sister then.
Who's your sister?
Oh, well.
Uh-oh.
Rita Fulson. And-
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, y'all had a reunion? Douglas
Yeah, we had a reunion, and it was held over at Edwards Park.
Right.
Right. It was
Okay.
very nice. I had a
That's
great
why that
time.
crowd was over there. Huh?
Yeah.
Did y'all do any fishing?
No fishing.
No.
We did a lot of eating, though.
A lot of eating.
A lot of catching up on old times and planning
Right.
for the big 4-5 coming up next year.
Oh, my goodness.
okay.
Can you believe that?
Ooh.
Thank God.
I
But the
wanted to
challenge
say-
is on.
Huh?
The challenge is on. How would you challenge those of us here in Oklahoma City?
Well, I tell you that we need to do a reverse of the Oklahoma run and take back our neighborhoods. And I think we needed to do it yesterday, and I'm pretty sure Miss Luper would
Yeah, we
agree.
need, that's definite.
back
My
our
neighborhood,
we,
where I
we,
grew
yeah,
up. I'm in-
we're going to touch on that today.
Yeah, I'm a block away from Dunbar Elementary School, which is where I went to school.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you that my neighborhood was used to be one of the best, and I'm
Right.
bragging.
Right,
There
right.
may be 8 houses still left. I don't know what was going on. I know that Mrs. Luper was still leading the charge. She still is, bless her heart. But I don't understand what's happening with the rest of Oklahomans.
Yeah,
They forgot who the
it's
people were
getting
that
bad.
brought them there.
But we need to, like you said, we need to take our neighborhoods back.
Well,
Well, you can't
yeah.
just take it back. You got to buy it back.
Yeah.
I mean, my brother just told me that he's bought a couple of properties, and it wasn't as if it was a whole lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to get it while you can get it at
Right.
the rates that they're selling it, because they're selling it to the Chinese,
Right.
they're selling it
Right.
to the Brits, they're selling it to everybody but us.
Yeah.
We need
they're
to be
selling it
involved
to
in
the
that.
money.
Hmm?
Money is talking now.
No, we can collectively. Listen, Calvin, come on.
Calvin.
How do we handle things when we needed to get things done?
Right.
Well,
We pooled our resources.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that was the one thing I always bragged about, being a kid from Oklahoma, to my friends in New York, who all want to be rugged individualists, and that was that we knew how to pool our resources and bring things together and make them happen. We didn't get hung up on all that nonsense. And I'm a little bougie black kid from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
know.
You're right.
And so
it was great seeing you, and it's even better. I mean, and it's great talking with you.
absolutely.
And you still are, well, you're even more attractive now that you've mellowed off some, and I'm
No,
extremely
I was a
proud.
skinny little knobby-kneed kid in Oklahoma City.
Well,
Everybody used to call me Grasshopper. So
That was then. They can't call you Grasshopper anymore. I'm certain there's another name that you could be called, but all of it would have to do with beauty.
oh, thank you.
And thank you for coming by. And who was that with you? One of your good friends? I've been friends
You guys,
for years.
you don't remember Tessa Smith?
Tessa Smith?
Tessa, Tessa and I
do
were.
now.
Hmm?
I do now after seeing her.
Yeah, Tessa
Yeah.
and I knew each other from preschool through kindergarten. Her grandmother babysat my brother.
They
And she
had
used to live right
preschool?
across the. When we had alleys, she used to live across the alley from me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Y'all are still
Oh
good
boy, I ain't heard that
for a long time, but y'all are still good friends.
Absolutely. Well,
And,
most of us, you know what? I mean, most of my class, we're still in communication
Isn't that something?
with each other. Class of '63. We're
All
still
right.
in communication with each other. We email each other all the time, or like I said, we just had a reunion.
Okay.
Hey, I'm gonna ask you, I'm gonna say this to you. I'm interrupting Calvin.
Well,
You have something special you want to say to Mom?
Oh, listen, it was
Mother
so
Luper. I know
great
she
seeing
listening.
Clara Luper, who is my mentor. There's a very good friend of hers, Herb Wright, who is going to be in contact with you.
Okay.
And I'm still listening to our interview, and I'm going through it. I'm going to do an article on it because I also write.
No, I didn't. You
I
write
write
for
for
what?
4 publications. I write for the Black Star News, the African Sun Times.
Oh, okay. I'm familiar with
I do some special features for Daily Challenge, and then I write. I'm with the Harlem Screenwriters Guild. So
Gloria, Doolin, look what life has done.
Yo.
Look what life has done.
you know
I'm
what though,
standing here
Calvin?
in
You know
shock.
that this is how our teachers raised us to be.
Right.
I mean, everybody acts like it's a big deal, but you and I both know there was no way we were going to go through any of those schools and just do one thing. Those teachers made us. Our parents made us be involved in anything
Our
and
neighbors,
everything that was coming
our
up. Our
neighbors
neighborhood,
helped
you couldn't
everybody. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's impossible to be sitting back there saying, oh, this is all I do.
I mean, this is Mike, okay? This is
Mhm.
Mike, and I want to say to you, with Calvin, and I know he have my blessing and stuff, but we need to give Mom her flowers now, her praise.
Absolutely.
And I'm proud, and I got upset the other day. I was going down 23rd Street,
And you saw the obelisk.
and it said, Clara Luper Corridor.
Mm-hmm.
When I got to 23rd Street, Calvin, when I got to 23rd Street, trees and stuff was covering her name. And I didn't like that. I said, if you don't, E.K. Gilroy or whoever, it wasn't, the trees wasn't around they sign.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And Mom, her corridor run from I-35 to the Capitol, past the Capitol.
The governor stays on the
Right.
border,
But what I'm saying, when I got to 23rd Street, it was covered with grass. That made me upset. So we need to give Mom her praise.
Well, we also need to be a lot more proactive.
Right,
If
and
you're concerned
proactive.
about-
We don't have
yeah.
the leaders that we supposed to have that we had. I'm not, bumping the leaders. You know what I'm saying?
well,
Yeah, but the thing about it is, I think we kind of don't understand the fact that the reason, first of all, Mrs. Luper had a love, still does, for us.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a reciprocity on our part. She wasn't going to sit there and just do all the work, and we're going to sit there and just absorb.
Right.
We had to get out there and do all
Well,
stuff.
you want to do
So
our
my
part.
thing is, and I'm going to say this very frankly, I think that black Oklahomans have dropped the ball
Right.
big time.
Well, that's because you're in
And
New
they
York.
thought Clara
We
was going to
trying.
carry the whole. I know. No, I'm not talking about Clara. I'm not talking about you, Calvin.
Okay.
I'm not talking about Marilyn.
Right.
Because you guys have never dropped the ball.
No, they never dropped the
I'm
ball.
talking about, for the most part, the critical mass who's supposed to be there and taking care of. She opened the path. Everybody's supposed to walk. Like they said, this is the way, walk ye in it.
Mm-hmm.
People just sat there, and I guess they thought she was going to put them on an escalator.
Mm-hmm.
You still have to move your feet. You know,
That's
there was
cute.
no way in the world that we were going to sit up there and be part of the sit-ins and everything and then just sit back.
Right.
You have to be active.
As we've grown older.
You
Well,
know.
Gloria,
Mhm.
I appreciate you taking the time out to call us from Brooklyn, New York, being part of this, the very best show in the Oklahoma area. I would say in the nation, but then with
Go for the nation, boy.
Go for the nation.
Yeah.
All right. With but we challenge the better shows in the nation because of the fact that we're fortunate enough to have people on as guests who are making a difference in their community, no matter where they are. I compliment you on what you're doing. I look forward to reading the articles and make sure that we get copies of it. Okay.
All right.
And,
Can I just say one last thing?
Yes.
Anybody interested in making a contribution to the Brooklyn Neighborhood Improvement Association can feel free to contact us at 718
718.
773 4116.
Some of us don't even know where Brooklyn is.
Oh, please. We're promoting, we got to get back to real education. And it's nice that Douglas was remodeled, but I want to make sure the teachers are like this.
Oh, it's
we had.
beautiful. Have you seen it?
I
Yes,
drove past it, but
Oh,
I'm concerned
it is
about
beautiful.
the interior education. Not the
Yeah,
exterior
right,
facility.
right. And
We had excellent
we-
teachers. I don't know who you got now.
No, we're gonna touch that base in a minute.
Okay.
Well, he got all kind of plans for this the Clara Luper Radio Show, but hit us up on the internet, Gloria, and you're here and enjoy the rest of the show because we're going to be talking about improvements here on the Northeast Quadrant right here. Okay, thank you, baby.
Thank you. I
Thank
hope you're
you.
making a copy of this because I want a copy.
Yes, of course. Make
All
a
right, my
copy of
brother.
everything. That's how you saw all those tapes around the house.
Yeah, I did.
Take care.
I'll
Say
make
hi
sure
and
you
love
get
to
one.
Clara and hi to my Oklahoma homies.
Okay.
Uh-oh, there
All
she
righty.
goes. 6 classes, Douglas High School class, 63
Six-
bragging home. My goodness gracious. But I have another call on the line that I've been anxiously awaiting an opportunity to talk with. Good morning. How are you doing? Welcome to this.
Fine. How are you doing?
Fantastic. That voice sounds familiar. I'm sure hearing a lot of familiar voices. Who am I talking with?
This is Lily Buckner.
Outstanding.
Mama.
Okay, thank you.
Hi,
Thank you
Mama.
for calling. Lily, I know that you're involved in another project that's going on here in our great city. What is that and what is all of that about?
Well, your last caller just really pulled me into what I'm going to talk about, pooling our resources.
Uh-huh.
I am president of the Proactive Community Awareness Association, Inc., here in Northeast Oklahoma City, which is an organization of retired teachers, business people, preachers, and concerned citizens. And our project is a memorial brick fundraiser to benefit the McFarland YWCA.
Uh-huh.
If you live in Oklahoma City and have driven by 16th and Martin Luther King lately, you know that building looks like it's about to fall apart. And our plan is to renovate the building. Once we get it up, it's leaking. We'll get a new roof on it and get it all remodeled and renovated. Is to bring programs in for our youth and senior citizens. As you know, there are 3 schools within walking distance of that Y.
Okay.
And once upon a time, our kids were all in and out of that Y doing some kind of program, and that's our goal again. And we need the community in this project. It is Memorial Brick, where you can purchase a brick. You can purchase a brick in memory of a relative, a friend, yourself, your business, or a special event. And the bricks vary in cost from $150
Uh-oh.
to $5,000. And we've already had some businesses commit to 5,000, and some churches commit to 1,000.
Okay,
As well as some individuals for 5,000, and the 150, of course, people are just kind of jumping at that.
Well, go a little slow for me, Lily, because I have some questions and concerns.
Okay, well, I was just
to
trying to give
about
you the
money.
basics, and so then you can tell me ask me what you need.
Right. What I'd like to know is, why do we as a community have to throw in our money when we're already paying taxes? It seems like the city would help us, seem like the county would help us, seem like the state or somebody would help make that building remain a viable building.
Actually, the building is run by the Y from downtown, and it's just kind of been allowed to just kind of sit there with little minor repairs, in which, I blame them for half of it, but I blame us as a community for the other half for sitting here as long as we have to allow to have fallen apart. So that's why, and I don't know, I can't really say why it has happened like that, but it's the only black-owned facility still standing in Northeast Oklahoma City, and it was just our goal to make sure that it doesn't dilapidate and the city condemn it and it be gone.
Miss Buckner, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
All right, it's Michael Eugene.
Well, hello, Michael Eugene.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm great. I'm great.
Michael had some time down at the YW. Didn't you have to run
Minute,
some
my dances and stuff. We did thing for the community, and we put the billboard out there on the billboard. You know what I'm talking about?
I know that there were a lot of programs, a lot of people involved in a lot of programs.
Right.
My daughter took karate way back in the day.
Right, Sheila. But what I'm saying, Miss Buckner, the state, the city and stuff, they said ran, by blacks. It's not run by, that YWCA is ran by the county and the city, and they need to do something with that. We can do things, we can do car washes and, things, as a community, as a family, we can do it and bring it. That's ours. That's our McFarland branch.
Well, that's why we came up with this project.
Right.
It is ours.
It's ours. And we need to do, what we need to do is do car wash or something to, because the city is not going to do what they're supposed to do.
Well, we already know, because it's been sitting there for all these years, it's kind of falling apart. And why we have a ink gym and a full health bar.
Right, everything in there, we used to do banquets in there and everything, but, that's why I was telling Kevin earlier, our leaders not doing what they supposed to do. That shouldn't be happening. Our councilmen, our city councilmen and our state representatives, and they're not doing what they supposed to.
They just weren't aware of the problem.
They are aware of the problem. They pass it every day.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm trying to figure it out myself, but I know that
they pass it every day, and they know what they need to do.
It's some dedicated.
We don't have the the Melvin Porters, the Archibald Hills, and people who dial. We don't have no leaders in Clara Luper. We don't have those people like we used to have.
But Lily Buckner and a group of
what I'm saying,
dedicated women,
right? She's dedicated. I have no problem with that.
Mike, we can fuss diplomatically, but then what the people are doing are trying to do what they can to make the place a better place.
Well, that's exactly what we're doing, and we're just asking your listening audience if they would purchase a brick.
Right. There's no
it
problem
may
with
be
that.
family members get together and do whatever, but we need the support of the community.
I don't have no problem with that. Because I want to dedicate a brick. You feel me?
Money talk.
Okay, well, let me, Calvin, leave. We do have a website, and I'll leave my phone number as well so that people can get in touch with me, because we do need Oklahoma City to join us in this effort.
Okay.
My phone number is 427-1513. And again, this is Lily Buckner, and the organization is Proactive Community Awareness Association. And we're doing a Memorial Brick fundraiser to benefit the McFarland YWCA. And we need you, Oklahoma City. And for those computer-savvy people, our website is www.pcaabrick.com. Again, that's pcaabrick.com.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to commit myself right now to a brick, but I want one.
Yeah, you're going to get a brick.
And I want to make
And
sure.
Calvin, while I'm on, I want to say hello to Mrs. Luper, my mentor. And of course, I haven't been to see her. I've been so wound up in this project, but I'll be to see her this weekend sometime.
And Miss Buckner,
yes.
I'm going to be getting in touch with you. I'm happy with this.
Well, okay, I appreciate it.
You know, I'm getting, Northeast High School, Douglas High School, everybody involved.
Promise made is a promise kept. But Lily, Sister Buckner, thank you so much for being a part of this Clara Luper Show. Thank you for taking time out on a Saturday morning. I know Saturday mornings are difficult to do, but then I wanted the community.
Well, thank you for the opportunity, Calvin, and continue to do the good work. You know, Mom taught us all about work.
Amen. Amen.
So I'm not afraid of hard work.
I know that's right. Well, let's get together, and not only the YWCA, let's work on the entire east side. You know, I'm thinking of the Freedom Center.
And see, our plan is, Calvin, is to get some programs, some free programs. We've also filed a 501c3 application where we can get some really real money and have some free after-school programs for our kids in this community.
We need that.
Okay, well, we'll see how it goes, but you can count on us to help you in any way we can.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you
Have a good day.
much.
All right.
All right.
Love you.
I give you our phone number again, 427-1513. I can't give you that web number because I didn't write all that down that quick. But I have another caller on the line. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the Clara Luper Show, where we're live in beautiful living color. Getting ready to go to hometown IGA there, Northeast 23rd Martin Luther King, for the very best in bargains. How are you doing this morning?
I am absolutely fantastic.
That sounds
This is
familiar.
your sister, Marilyn, and Luper Hildreth.
That's no wonder it sounds familiar. Hey,
Hi,
baby sis.
And
How you doing?
I wanted to call you, and I wanted to make sure that I touch base with you while you're on the radio. And I am so happy that people are getting more involved in the projects on Northeast Oklahoma City.
Right.
Northeast Oklahoma City is probably one of the most beautiful places in the entire city. And you can tell it because everybody wants to come back in here and take the land away from here.
Now.
And now, I want to say also, Calvin, no matter how many organizations that we have, I would like to encourage each and every one of you to become a member of the NAACP. The NAACP is the oldest civil rights organization in the history of the United States of America. And when we get in trouble, racial discrimination, we don't go a lot of places, but we come to the NAACP. And what aggravates me and what has aggravated me for years is that those that are not members are the first one to show up in the complaint line. So before you complain, get your membership to the NAACP. The memberships are only $30 for adults and $10 for youth. Buy your child a NAACP membership and teach them about their history. Because unless you can understand your past, you never will understand where you're going in the future. And when you get up in the school of hard knocks and when life starts slapping you in your face and you talking about you can't survive, you can survive because we come from a race of survivors. So we have to tell our children about how we came over and the roads and the chuck holes that our grandparents had to go through and how they had to laugh when they didn't feel like laughing and how they had to cry when they didn't feel like crying.
Right.
But they got over where they had to go.
Some of those roads, Marilyn, we spent a lot of time putting them on the back of our mind, putting them all the way out of our mind. but they're still very, very important. And that's why I've enjoyed this morning's show talking with Mrs. Buckner, then having Michael Eugene Fulson, King Mike out here, then having Sterling Mitchell here, because that in itself is it's not old school, but it is the school where a lot of things were learned, and it brings back to mind the Ava Ross, the Cecil Williams, the Ben Tipton, the Marilyn Hildreth, starting with Allstate Insurance when I'm sure they rolled out the red carpet on your first day at work, didn't they?
They didn't have any carpet at that time. If so, they didn't let me see it. But that's not the issue. The issue is that we have to continue to tell our story. And now we're getting ready for the Freedom Fiesta celebration. And why do we celebrate the start of the sit-ins? Anybody that knows her history knows that the sit-ins started here in Oklahoma City in August of 1958, and they changed the course of American history. We were just sitting in for a hamburger and a Coke, but what it did, it changed where we no longer would accept having to drink out of a colored fountain or eat our food out of a brown paper sack. Yes, let's talk about our history, and let's talk about our history during the Freedom Fiesta celebration. And what is the Freedom Fiesta celebration? It's the start of the sit-in movement in Oklahoma City. And all over this nation, people have been calling over here trying to find out information on the sit-ins. And where we don't even know our own story and what we have to be proud of in Oklahoma City. Yes, there's many really other buildings that are owned by minorities. Freedom Center is owned by blacks here in Oklahoma City. But we need to make sure that all of us, and I'm going to take out a brick, and I want you all to support not only the Y, but I want you to support the other organizations, including the Freedom Center here in Oklahoma City. Let's get ready for the Freedom Fiesta celebration, because my grandpa said there's a poor dog that won't wag his own tail.
Now, you're right about that, but Marilyn, we've learned to wag our tails, and the reason that we wag our tails is because we have something to wag about. I should say brag about, but I couldn't resist that little pun there, but to wag about. And we're extremely proud of the accomplishments that you've made. It's been a thrill talking with Gloria Doolin Wilson and what she's doing, even though she's not in Oklahoma City, but the accomplishments that she's going through and accomplishing there in Brooklyn, New York. We see what Lily Buckner is trying to do. And then there's one other lady that kind of has motivated us all. And I'm wondering if she feels like talking or if she will talk with us this morning. That's none other than our dynamic, the owner, the leader of this show, the Clara Luper Show, and that's none other than Clara Luper. Does Mom feel like talking?
Well, I want to say something else before she talks.
Okay.
And this is, never know, and the only thing that we ask of God is that He gives us enough strength to make it day by day. Some days are not as sun that's shining and as the others, and sometimes the rain is falling on some days. But God has allowed us to stay in here and fight. And at this time, I want my mom and your mom and so many of you in the radio listening audience to look forward to hearing from her.
My mom.
Hey, Michael Eugene's mom, a mom to so many, a beautiful lady, a lady that's given her life not only for her family, because who is her family?
We are.
You are her family.
Community.
And at this time, I want her to say hello to the radio listening audience.
Good morning, Mom. How are you doing this beautiful morning? Welcome to the Clara Luper Show. Oh, that's your show. Welcome to your own show. How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing fine, and you?
Fantastic now. And,
I love you, Mom.
Oh, thank you.
you know, I'm looking here at the fact that the Dungey School reunion is coming up. The all-school reunion for all the years. And you touched a many a life there when you taught at Dungey. Then I look over at the Douglas High School class of 63 just having their reunion. You touched a many a life there at Douglas High School class of 63. What keeps you going, Mom? What's the motivating factor?
Motivational factor is just having the opportunity to live. And I think those of us that are living have a great responsibility to do something, to help someone. It's a song that I love. If I can help someone, if I travel along life's highway, then my living will not be in vain.
All right. Mom, I know that my Douglas High School class 62, did something special for you this week. What was that?
They sent me some beautiful flowers.
All right, way to go,
Some are
Douglas.
beautiful. I would like to thank that class.
All right.
There's so many of us involved in that. I'd like to thank Willie Johnson and Doris Jones for their instrumental roles. And well, I hate to call names because it was a class project. But Mom, what would you like for us to do? What can we do to help you out? What do you think about this brick situation down at the YWCA? Are you planning on going to the Dungy? You gonna be on that train with Sterling and those other members of Dungy class? That might be the last train ride at Amtrak will take to Fort Worth after that Dungy students finish with that. Then there was another guy that came by too and come to mind. And that was Phil Meadows, the Reverend Phil Meadows, and he was talking about the Dungy experiences too. So I mean, just share with us some of that.
Well, Phil Meadows was in my homeroom. He did a terrific job. He has never forgotten his homeroom teacher, and I've never forgotten him. Yes, we remember, and we like to remember. In fact, we love remembering.
Okay. Well, there you heard it. Live and in beautiful living color, none other than Clara Luper herself talking to us, not from the Blue Room, but on the landline here and sharing her experience with you, sharing her feelings with you, sharing a thank you with all of you out there. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for the flowers. Thank you for the concern that you've shown for our entire family. But then while we're thanking you, let me remind you that flowers are available too at Black Florist. Hot dog, I didn't write that at. Black Florist is located on Northeast 23rd and Spencer Road. Now I bet if you try hard, you can find it in your friendly user yellow pages. I bet that the other advertisers that we mentioned, not inclusive of Gates Barbershop there at 2609 North Martin Luther King, that you can find time to go by there. And then let's brag also on, we mentioned the grocery store there at 23rd and Martin Luther. But Mom, am I missing any ads?
Hometown.
Hometown. I said hometown, I did. Am I missing any other ad there?
Okay, Marilyn's putting in one for me.
Marilyn's putting in one.
Yes, Calvin.
Yes, Marilyn.
And I would like to urge the radio listening audience. I get so tired of looking in the eyes of the families when something happens in their families and there's no life insurance. Make sure that your family is covered with some life insurance. You buy them the high-dollar jeans and high-dollar tennis shoes. Take care of your family's business, because if something happens to them, it's nobody's responsibility but yours to take care of them. And you take care of them not when someone's dead, but while they're living. If you have any questions, let us help you. Let us guide you. We need to set up a foundation in our community, and we will never have anything in our community if we don't prepare while we're living for our death.
There you heard it. You heard it from one of Allstate's better agents, if not the best agent with Allstate. Of course, I'm going to say she's the best. Harold Ford and all that excluded. But I have to brag on my sister, who's located at the Allstate office there at 730 West Britton Road. 843-0811 is that phone number. Marilyn, there were a lot of things that I think we've covered here that we wanted to do. I had a special record that I was going to send out to Mrs. Franklin, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get to that because I still want to make sure that we've covered everything that we planned on. The National Association for Black Veterans, I promised the Right Reverend James A. Greenwood that I would let his phone number out so that any of you that are veterans out there and would like to get involved, well, you need to get involved with the National Association for Black Veterans. That phone number is 601-0295, area code 405. And the black veterans need to be getting involved with the bricks down there at the YWCA because many of us that came through Oklahoma City, many of us have touched the bricks there at the YWCA.
Oh, yeah.
I think we've had the Soul Bazaar there before. We've had Mike, you sponsored dances.
Dances, yeah.
We've sponsored basketball games. We've sponsored Little League football teams.
Yeah.
But it has been a part of our community.
Well, we want to do something with that YWCA.
Okay, well, remember the Freedom Center, the NACP Youth Council. We meet every Monday night at the Freedom Center, and we're still meeting, and we have some super plans coming up. We're getting ready for the Soul Bazaar. Mike, you're just anxiously waiting on something there. What
you got? Soul Bazaar.
Yeah,
okay.
Soul Bazaar coming up.
We got that coming up.
And I
the
like
Soul Bowl.
That's Soul Bowl. When is that? That's not until football season, is it?
That'd be, I think, the second week of August or third week of August.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, make sure that we do that. And
I'll be back here with you.
Oh, great! I'd like to invite you to come back.
Have
with
some,
us.
coaches and stuff.
Okay. Well, we want some people to come through the door. We don't mind the coaches being on the side.
Oh no, yeah.
We want some people down there to buying some popcorn and some pop.
I'm gonna do this for mom, your mom, and my mom. This song is coming up.
I don't have enough time.
Yeah, you do.
No,
it's coming on.
I don't have enough time. Do I have enough time? I don't have enough time.
You got enough time.
Well, I don't have enough time. We'll go 2 minutes of it. Well, Mike, we got to come back up. I kind of enjoyed that. I love that beat. Even Lex liked it. But then today is a very special day all across this state and all across this nation because Bonita Williams is celebrating her birthday. Danny Wilson celebrating his birthday. We're preparing for Portwood Williams' birthday. Ella Faye Washington's birthday is coming up. And Pastor Vernita McCurry's birthday is coming up. Special day across this nation, but it's not as special as right here on the Clara Luper Radio Show for Happy Birthday to you. Happy birthday, Bonita. Happy birthday, Danny.
Don't lose your day job.
Williams. Happy birthday, Emma Faye. And may you have many more. Sing it, Calvin. That was good. But then, seriously, have many more happy birthdays. Let's do something. Let's make a difference in our community. Don't shoot nobody. Don't cut nobody. But let's build something here in our community.
Young people, keep your head together. Stop the violence, please.
Stop the violence. Grow up. Parents, let's help them.
And we'd like to thank you.